Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering draft video. It's Al here with you, and this is how to draft MTG. I have not drafted a single Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. I've been away. I need to get caught up with the format, and I want to show you how I do that using 17 lands. If you're not a user of 17 lands, head over to 17lands.com. You can make an account. Even if you don't, I think you can still access all this analytical data that we're going to look at here. So I'm just going to give you a very quick overview of what I look for just to try to get myself up to speed before I start drafting a format that is a few days old. And then we're going to jump into a draft and some gameplay and see how I do with this very limited information that we're going to get here. So as always, click like, leave a comment, click subscribe to help support the channel. I really appreciate it very much. Go ahead and click on analytics and start with the deck color data. This shows us which archetypes are doing well in the format. And with all this 17 lands data, we're looking for surprises or sort of noteworthy things that don't align necessarily with our initial thoughts on the format, which you can see in my format guide, which I put out about a week ago, or maybe a little more than that. So looking at the two-color decks, most common, and of course the overall win rate for the whole of 17 lands users is 54.6. So anything that's sort of vastly below this number is something that is not performing very well. So two-color decks, we can see that Azorius, the Merfolk deck, the Kithkin deck, green-white, the Elf deck, green-black, are all performing quite well. Sort of aligns with what we initially had thought. The Elementals deck is doing okay. I thought it was kind of looking pretty bad, but it looks like it is draftable. And the Black-Red Goblins deck, which I was sort of speculating might be pretty good, looks like it's not doing so well so far. Maybe hasn't been figured out quite yet. So at 53.7%, not a place we necessarily want to start our draft, but something that we could keep our eyes open for if it's super open. And then the off-color pairs, blue-black, white-black, green-blue, as expected, red-white, as expected, all not doing very well. Gruul, interestingly, is 55.6, so I wonder what's happening there. Very few games logged for it, but something to keep an eye out for. And then we could just quickly look at the two-color splash archetypes, just to see if there's anything sort of particularly interesting going on here. Not really. All right, so that gives us a picture of what is working in the format from an archetype standpoint. Then we can go ahead and check out the cards. And again, we're just looking for surprises. So we're going to start at common. What are the top commons? And are any of them sort of like, oh, wow, okay. And right off the bat, we see here at a B-, Dawnhand Eulogist. It's a card I had my eye on in the original video, but not something I thought was going to be a top common. 4-mana, 3/3, mill 3, drain them for 2 in the Elf deck. And Scarblade Scout, 2-mana, 2/2 lifelink, mill yourself for 2. So this is sort of telling me that, A, obviously the Elf deck is very good. We saw it has a very high win rate, and these are going to be propped up by that, but also that the mill strategy, leaning into milling yourself as much as possible, seems to be something that's worth doing. Over in red, we've got a couple of C+ performers here. Coolwrath Zealot, 6-mana, 6/5. You impulse draw, and it's got land cycling. Kind of interesting to see that up here. And Flamekin Guildweaver, 4-mana, 4/3, trample, make a treasure. Just kind of solid rate cards, which is something to keep an eye on here. Some bigger stuff performing well. It may indicate the format's a little bit slower. And green, good removal spell here. Mist Meadow Council, another kind of good rate creature. 5-mana, 4/3, or 4-mana if you have a Kithkin, draw a card. Lissalana Informant, so again, propped up by the Elf deck probably, but nice 2-drop there. Midnight Tilling, again, showing us that the milling is important. Safe Right Cavalry, 4-mana, 4/4 with no protection or anything. So stats are good, I guess, is what we're gathering here. So 6-mana, 6/5, 4-mana, 4/3, make a treasure, 4-mana, 4/4. Stats are good in this format. And again, indicates that maybe it's a bit more mid-rangey, maybe a bit more late game oriented. Marrow Sky Skimmer, yeah, I don't know, good rate card, I guess. So makes sense that it's up here. Have a little bit of a look for some removal. I haven't seen any yet. So Cinder Strike is okay in a C range. Feed the Flames, Tweeze, nothing special here. Liminal Hold is the top white removal spell. Temporal Cleansing is the top blue removal spell. In black, Bog Slither's Embrace, Blight Rot are both right there. So good. So just sort of getting an idea of what's happening. And we'll look at the uncommons. And again, looking for sort of surprises. No surprise to see the top signpost uncommons and hybrid cards from the best decks are here. Eclipsed Flamekin is interesting to see it that high, I guess, but it makes sense. A good card. Eclipsed Boggart is good. So I guess if we get enough of these, the Goblin deck will go. Twin Flame Travelers is a good signpost. Not one that I had my eye on. So again, makes me sort of want to value elementals a little bit more. Noggle Robbers here, again, just good rate. 3 mana, 3/3, make a treasure on enter or die. So rate matters in this format is what I'm gathering here. All these white cards are cards we sort of looked at, except for Protective Response. I did not notice this one before. 3 mana, destroy an attacker or blocker with Convoke at instant speed. Yeah, I guess that's a pretty decent effect. I don't know. Interesting to see that there. Shine Striker, the vivid payoff that draws cards is good. Okay, good to know. Elves are good. We know that. Flame Braider, Explosive Prodigy. These are all cards that we kind of knew about. Okay, so Morkant's Eyes and Moon Vigil Adherence are good. So again, the mill strategy in Elves and really going after it. Not incidental, not like, oh, I got one elf in the graveyard. It's like we want to get a lot of elves in the graveyard with this deck. And we want to do it maybe over the course of a longer game. So the grindy nature of this format, I think, is beginning to sort of show itself here just in the data. And Gathering Stone, very interesting to see this here. So this is a 4-mana artifact that sort of draws you cards over the long game. The fact that this is it's close to 60% a win percent card means that it fits in, I'm guessing, all the decks that can play it, which is kind of any of the main 5 tribal decks. And so this is like a good card to first pick potentially, and the games are going long enough that the grind this provides you is really important. Okay, so I think we've learned a lot already just in a quick look here. We'll look at the top rares and mythics just to sort of see them before I jump into the draft. I'm not going to read what all these do. We'll figure it out. But just to sort of get my eyes on them real quick. And it looks like there's a lot of bombs in this set. So very interesting coming at this from being away for a week. Okay, great. So hopefully that was a helpful sort of very quick tutorial on how to use 17 lands to get yourself up to speed. We're not going to be drafting based on win percentage or anything like that. We're just trying to get a broad idea of what's going on in the format. And I think this has helped us to do that. So we will see you for a draft. See you soon. All right, here we are for our draft. See if we can figure this out. Grub. Whenever this creature enters or transforms, return a goblin from your graveyard to hand. You could pay a red to transform it. When it attacks, you may blight one. Create a tapped attacking tokens copy of the blighted creature at the beginning of the sacrifice. Interesting. Okay. So 3 mana kind of Gravedigger that can do some stuff later on. Choose a creature type, double all damage. Interesting. Okay. Moonlit Lamenter is a card I like. Gives us some late game grind. Double all damage. How good is that? I don't know. I think I'm going to start with the Lament. Oh, I could start with a Noggle Robber, actually. Interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I'll start with a Noggle Robber. Green-Black's a good deck. It can definitely fit in there. That's just a good value card. Okay, innovative first year. 4 mana, 2/4 Vivid. Reveal X. You may exile, and then shuffle. You may cast the exile cards this turn. Wow, okay, cool. All right, so a Vivid draw payoff, essentially. All right. Changing can destroy stuff. So we started with Noggle Robber. I mean, we could be like some kind of like mono red Vivid thing. Could be kind of cool. Liminal Hold is a removal spell. I'll take this rare, I guess, see what happens. Don't have to play it. Goblin Sharpshooter. This is an old school card. One damage to any target whenever a creature dies, untap this. I don't feel like this is going to be as good as it was way back in the day. This dies, destroy something. Okay. Thought with Lieutenant is a powerful one for the Kithkin deck. I'd be interested in picking it up third here. Maybe moving down that lane. I would consider that to be I would give that some amount of weight as a signal, right? Kinsbale Aspirant is another Kithkin card. And a good one, too. It curves nicely into the Lieutenant, of course. Lasting Tarfire, Tome Skimmer. Commons like drop off kind of hard in this set. Looks like, okay, well, 2 good Kithkin cards in a row. Let's see if we can continue to follow that. All right, so we got Evolving Wilds, which is, I think, a card I'm interested in if there's nothing good in the pack. Wildvine Pummeler is something I liked in sort of a green, vivid kind of world, which we could get there with the Naga Robber and the Lieutenant. The Adherence is a great elf card. The Spiral's a solid removal spell, I would think. Interesting. I think I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds here. Oh, should I take the Adherence? I'm going to take the Adherence. I think it's powerful enough that if we end up in Elves, we're going to wish that we had it. Okay, here's another Wilds. Chaos Spewer. Warren Torchmaster. You may blight 1. Target creature gets haste. Okay, well, we're not going to, unless we really get pushed into the red-black deck, I don't think we're going to start there. This Changeling that destroys stuff is pretty interesting. We're touching green a lot. I think I'm pretty interested in this card. Chopping Changeling. Especially if everybody's playing this Gathering Stone card, man, being able to smash that's going to be pretty important. I'm going to grab it. All right, not much going on here. We could get a Changing Wayfinder to fix our mana. Guess we'll try that. You may blight 2 or pay 2 to get a 5-mana 5/4. I mean, 5-mana 5/4 has got to be decent based on what we've seen in the data, but if you cast a spell during opponent's turn, put a -1/-1. Okay. Kithkin 2-drop here. I think I'm going to go... I'm not convinced that we're Kithkin. I think I'm going to sort of stay fluid here if we can. Spell Snare is not main deckable, I don't think. Guiltleaf Embrace. Flash. Gains Trample Indestructible. 3 mana, though. I'm going to take a Changeling that has first strike on your turn. Sure. Fits in sort of everything we've got going on. Not doing a blight thing right now. Combat Trick is okay. Whenever this attacks or enters, you may blight 2 to draw a card and lose a life. It's a lot of blight, though. Chitinous Graspling. I think I'll take this Graspling, honestly. We do still have this Vivid guy. Maybe we end up a weird, like, green-white Vivid-y thing or something. Okay, there's our Combat Trick again. I will take the white Combat Trick. Right? Or do I take this 2-drop that's red? I'll take the white Combat Trick for now. Puka's Eye. I'm going to take this Wildvine Pummeler, I think. Kind of like the vivid life we're living here. Convoke or 3-mana 3/3. I think I'll take a 3-mana 3/3. Another Pummeler. Okay. All right. We've got the makings of a vivid thing here. What is this? 4 mana, can't be countered. Counter all spells your opponents control. Okay, so some kind of like storm thing for legacy or something. Create a 1/1. So if you counter one thing, you get a 1/1 and you counter their thing. Is that good? It's like not great for 4 mana. It's a lot. Flame Braider. Okay, how many elementals do we have? None, but we do have 4 changelings. Eclipsed Kithkin is just a good one. Risen Reef is pretty cute in the elemental set. Man, I loved this card back in its original format. M21, I think it was, or 20, maybe M20. All right. I might wheel this Wildvine Pummeler. I'm going to take the Kithkin. We're not green green white until we know that we like really want to play this Sanar guy. Okay, what does this do? 2 mana, 2/2. Each other creature has hexproof from each of its colors. Target creature you control. So it's like a Mother of Runes? It's kind of interesting. All right. Lofty Dreams, another Flame Braider. Morgan's Eyes. We're not really in that lane, are we? We didn't see much elf stuff. So we got a Changing Wayfinder. Does not help us with our Vivid stuff, though. I think I'm pretty interested in this 2-drop. It gives us blue right off the bat, and then it could give us 5 Vivid, like, on its own. It's kind of cool. Didn't think I'd be going down this road, but I'm interested to see where it leads. Okay. This is a Kithkin Lord. You have to exile a Kithkin from your hand or in play. 4 Kithkin already. And all of our changelings. Other Kithkin got ++1. It's got Flash. Ooh, Swat Away. Blue, though. I don't think we're going to have that. Spirals would be nice to have. This Shield Bearer maybe comes back. All right. Klaken Festival, Prisma Basher. Interesting. Are we more of a Kithkin deck, or are we more of a Vivid deck? We already have some big biggins. What does this thing do? 2 mana, 2/2. Can give something +1/+1. That's not very interesting. Okay, so it's between Festival and Basher for me. Boy, that's tough. I think we're like, I don't think we're heavy enough into Kithkin that we want this, but I mean, it's the cheaper card, so it could definitely be wrong to go that way, but the card looks dope to me. Virulent Emissary. Whenever another creature you control enters, gain a life. It's a nice little 1-drop. Slow the game down a bit. Just throws something into the air. It's on color. The 1-drop is Tweeze. Okay, yeah, we don't really have any removal yet. I'm going to take the Emissary. Here. Don't have any Blight synergy at the moment. Another Kithkin is okay. Wary Farmer. Beginning of your end step. Surveil 1. That's probably better than this thing. Looks like we're going to be able to cast it fairly well. Okay, well now I wish I'd taken that festival, obviously. Because we will take this Thoughtwell Lieutenant. It's interesting though, because now we're kind of like, are we pushing damage or are we going big? But we'll take the third Thoughtwell Lieutenant, and I guess we're gonna have to make that decision. Yeah, really want that festival instead of the Prisma Basher, of course. Well, we might see one in pack 3 since Kithkin appear to be flowing. All right. Take another Pummeler, I guess. 4 damage to target tapped creature. We don't have any removal. But do we need it when all our stuff is huge? All right, take a Kithkin 2-drop. Now we'll take a removal. So now we're looking pretty aggro, honestly. Do I want another Kithkin or do I want another combat? I'll take a Kithkin. I already have a combat trick. Don't need too many combat tricks. So we're heavy Kithkin all of a sudden. How did that happen? Just got absolutely hooked up there. So now I got to rethink all this. And we got the Klaken Lord and stuff. I was all hyped about Vivid, but I wish I'd taken that festival. Okay, we're going to take Eclipsed Kithkin here. So I think we are not playing this guy. There's still a chance we play some amount of these top end because we have access to like 4 or 5 colors just in our 2-drops without breaking our green-white stuff. So Moon Vigil is not going to happen. What does this do? That doesn't look very good. All right. What is this? Reese. I remember Reese. Target creature you control gains persist. Remove any number of counters from a target creature you control. So it could save something. Kind of, in a weird way. Thoughtweft Charge. This should come back. Burden Stoneback. 2 mana, 2/2 that can make stuff able to attack through whatever. It's a bit mana intensive though. Very interesting. I think I do want this Reese. I don't know. Double, like getting this, I think you get this trigger again, even though it comes back and dies immediately. That's kind of cool. High Perfect Morgant. Well, we don't have elves. Shore Lurker. Not much here for us. Assert Perfection. That's removal. I'll take that. Spry and Mighty. 5 mana. 2 creatures. Draw X cards, then they gain +X trample. Where X is the difference between the chosen creature's power. That's interesting. So you want a big thing and a small thing. We kind of have that, but that seems tough. Kithkin 2. Okay, 1. Need to know how many 2s I have. I think I am going to take this 2-drop Kithkin, even though it's like kind of a notch worse than some of the other things going on there, just because I want to make sure I've got enough. What's this guy do? Nothing really for us here. I will take, I guess I'll just take the rare for the gem equity. Ooh. Create a Kithkin copy. Create a 1/1 Kithkin. Seems like everything we want to be doing in this deck. So we might be letting go of the old Vivid Dream here. As cool as that would have been. 4 mana, 3/4. That would fit nicely in our curve, honestly, if we could and the Mist Meadow Council too. If we could get one of those back, I don't know. That'd be pretty tall order, but if we did, it'd be cool. Get a Changeling. I guess I'll take this Giant. I don't think we're going to play it, though. It's off type. Okay, we got the Shield Bearer or the third removal. I think we need... I don't like that this is... it's not great with, smaller creatures, but... if we're so light on removal, I think we just have to grab it there. Kithkin 2-drop, I guess, is the pick. Not a very good one, though. Okay, this did wheel. We'll grab it. It's a good combat trick, I think. +3/+3, maybe draw a card. The third one of these. Honestly, might get there with our triple Thoughtweft, whatever. Crib Swap or 1 mana Nomad. I guess it's 1 mana Nomad. Although Crib Swap we can pick up off of Eclipsed Kithkin, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Interesting draft. Got a lot of cards in our deck, so let's figure out what we're cutting. So our big Vivid payoff is the Basher. And I guess these Pummelers could be... they're 5-drops sort of by default. And then if we were to have Spikeling or Tam in play, they'd cost 4. So that's kind of interesting. But I kind of want to see what would the leanest, meanest version of this deck look like. So cut some of these things that aren't Kithkin. Give me all the Kithkins. No Reese. We have so many playables. Kithkin. We don't need to be searching up lands in a deck like this. Our Kithkin count is 15 plus... so almost every creature in the deck's a Kithkin. So I guess I would cut this elf then, because it just doesn't fit. Even though it's good, though. Death Touch is really good with these Assert Perfections. But it doesn't get buffed by any of our stuff. We can't pick it up. So I guess we cut it. This is a low curve deck. This is interesting. Chomping Changeling. I have a feeling this is going to be good enough. Let's get rid of like Noggle Robber. It's kind of hard to cast. Green. Not trying to ramp to anything. And this random 3/4 is just not that good. We could play 16 lands in this deck. Cut a land. And maybe bring back this Emissary then. Or a Stoneback. Reese. Okay, let's really think about what this does. Another target creature gains Persist. So something's going to die, it trades, it comes right back. A lot of our stuff is pretty small. These guys seem pretty bad. Yeah, getting the Eclipsed Kithkin, getting the trigger again would be pretty cool. That doesn't really do anything for us. I don't think we want Reese. Not sure about this Emissary. Like it's a bit of a defensive card. We're in a build that's like very, very, what should I say? Very aggressive. This thing about TAM, I was like, does this give protection? Because it could help push damage, but it doesn't. They don't really do protection anymore. Target creature gets hexproof. It's not that good. It's not bad though. Okay, I'm not seeing an obvious card to bring in over this elf, so we're going to start here. And see how it goes. It does have synergy with our 2 green punch spells and helps us race. It's going to push 2-3 damage at least if it comes down on turn 1, so I don't know. We'll find out. So we're in an aggro deck in a world that looks to me like it's pretty grindy. So I would not necessarily be surprised if we just get absolutely bricked and feel bad, but we'll see. This hand's not very good either. Okay, we'll play our 2/1 first striker though. Try to get some damage in that way. Oh, it's not going to work. No good. Okay, black-red. Interesting. So we'll see how that deck plays. So we could punch and hit for 3. I think I'll just play 3/3. No surveil, eh? If another creature, that's kind of annoying. Blight 1. Discard to draw. 2 mana 1/3 is a good stat line against our deck. Yes, indeed. Need my uncommons. Where did those go? Land and lifelink 2/3. Jeez. Not looking good. Okay. I guess we're killing the lifelinker. And getting him for 6. And playing Sully Farrier will help us push through some of this nonsense. Oh, they could blight in response. That's pretty cool. Get their rummage on. It's good value. So they're not blocking either way, so they might as well do that. All right, let's attack. 6 damage in, and we'll play this 2/2. Put a land away. Like to be able to do that. That's nice. 14 the opponent. We've got another removal spell. And we can push 10. No, we can push 8 next turn. Potentially. Mardu. So they're like, are they going full on blight synergy? That's a strategy I'm very interested to see. Looks like our 3/3 is going down. Land. And gonna pass the turn with 4 mana available. That's scary. Well, I guess we'll just buff our Spikeling and see if we can get in. Not sure what they're representing here. Okay. So the 4 mana deal 5. They're going to take 3. We'll play a 2/2. All about the 2/2s in this deck. This has been a pretty bad draw. I think this deck's got a lot more energy than this, but let's see if we can cross the finish line here before they deploy something huge. Find a land. Pass the turn with the same removal up again, I would assume. This time we've got our team pump going, so I'm going to swing out. Not going to play into a removal with this Assert Perfection, that's for sure. So here comes some removal. Pump. No rummaging from them. Are they going to rummage here? I would assume not. Oh, nice. Okay, so they get a 2/2 elf when this dies. That's pretty sick. And lifelink. Yikes. That makes it tough. All right, well, that might have sealed the deal for them here. Grave Shifter. Getting back the lifelinker. That's good. That is good. Land is not what we want to see. Yeah, we haven't had a target for our changeling, unfortunately. Double block. Okay, well, I guess we're cooked. Fair enough. Do I play this next time they play this? I don't think so. Fortunately, just didn't draw our good cards off the hop. I think this deck's got better openings. If we had like a couple of the uncommons early on, would have been good. We were not dead, but behold a Kithkin or pay 2. Whenever another creature enters, this gets bigger. Okay. Just pay the extra mana, I think. Don't want to show them that we have this. Want to get some value. Kill their lifelinker again. Play our land, say go. Take 4. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Well, even a modest amount of grind was able to take us down there. So I'm gonna play one more. I think our draw was not ideal, but looks like we might need to sort of rethink and go a little bit heavier late game, but we'll see. All right, we go first. Eesh. Not a playable hand, unfortunately, so we'll put that one back. Sand is better. Keep it, and we will put back the Changeling, I guess. Or one of these removals. Probably just the Changeling. Okay. Take a lieutenant. Kind of wanted to find a land there, but lieutenant will be good too. If I'd kept the Changeling in hand, we would have a thing for this. All right. Perfection or reflexes to deal with this. I suppose reflexes, since they got no mana up. They're just going to take the damage. So I guess we'll just pass then. Okay, another awkward draw. It's like I just want to know if the deck is good or not. Like with the awkward draws, it's hard to. Does this untap? Oh, it does. That's so sick. Does it get reached? Oh man, now if it did, that'd be dope. Okay, so we're taking one here. Kill the 3/3 quite easily. Of course, got the awkwardness. I think we just assert perfection because, like, if I attack through this and they don't block, I still want to kill this thing. I don't want to play a 2/1. So, in fact, I want to keep this in hand for my champ, and I don't want to get blown out by bounce or something. So I think we just do that. Deal them 3. All right, that's a good card. Whenever this enters or becomes tapped. Yeesh. Well, not much we can do about that right now. We can make it unable to attack. I think we're going to have to do that. I'm going to behold. Behold my 2/2. And I will do that. Hopefully they don't have a way to tap it outside of attacking, of course. Okay, away goes my lieutenant. Oh no, they're gonna... Yeah, that makes more sense, actually. Take my spiral. All right, well, I guess we're dead again. But this game, I can't really blame... I mean, this deck, like this hand, if we drew one more land, like we'd probably be doing okay. Maybe not. 5. It's a ton of damage. And this taps and puts a stun. Yeah. Oh well. I also ran 16 lands instead of 17, so maybe we could have drawn one extra that way. But I think, given how low our curve is, we don't really want to be drawing extra lands. We're at 4. I don't believe there are any outs in our deck right now. Land is interesting. We're at 4. So what does this do for us? Kithkin, you can draw get +1/+1. It itself is a 4/5, but we're taking 3. We're taking like a ton of damage just in the air, so we actually need to kill the Sky Swimmer and not die to this. The reflexes, like we could double block it. Still gonna lose one of our guys though. Not seeing a way out here. So I think we'll just have to pass. That's probably gonna do it. Yeah. Boo. Okay. So again, like not much to glean from that. We mulliganed on the play, didn't hit our third land for a couple turns. Like I'm curious what the deck looks like if we cut some of the like low impact cards that we have and try a top end Vivid package, because it's I'm just curious what that would look like. So like the worst cards in the deck are these 2/2s. And the Shield Bearer is like very medium. Aspirant looked good. This guy's not very good. So that's 3, maybe 4 if we cut this Emissary. What would that do? We could bring in... We'd need to add a land, most likely. So that would be a Plains, I guess. Yeah, most of our stuff is white. So we would bring in, of course, Naga Robber makes us want to add green instead. Basher, Pummeler. Pummeler. Maybe Changeling's not that good. Hasn't been good. Cut that, I guess. Tam comes in. The Weary Farmers were like felt very medium as well. I like Noggle Robber. I like Graspling, I think. Maybe we cut, like, the combat tricks didn't feel that impactful. I mean, maybe it's just the way the games went down, but there's never a moment when I really wanted to cast this. I suppose if we're going a little bit bigger, we don't necessarily want them as much. Still, I don't know how we're ever casting this guy, but he looks really cool. Okay, so maybe we would want the Emissary if we're going a bit slower. We would want the extra pummeler. I feel like we can figure this out. So like we have the ability to have an explosive start. We have some dangerous early plays, but if that doesn't work out, then we have a late game that makes some amount of sense. Maybe this is good. Well, again, this is the first draft. We're going to make some mistakes and figure some things out. I'm interested to try this just to see how it feels. We're already at 2 losses, so might as well just get some information here. One more cut to make. One more cut. We still have like a lot of hits on our Kithkin, right? We still got 11, 13 Kithkins plus our lands to hit. So I think that's good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 drops. That's a lot of 2s. Maybe I just cut this shield bearer. I think so. It didn't feel very impactful to me. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what this does. All right. Let's give this version a shot here. I also flipped up to 9 forests, 8 plains. This looks like a better hand. My hunch. Some of you probably already like, yo, I know all this. I don't need to watch this. My hunch is that this format is like a lot grindier than I originally thought, maybe that people think. However, this hand has a shot at being quite aggressive. So we'll see what this does. Okay, create a token that's a copy of Kithkin. Jeez, this is gonna be big. So this is gonna ward 2. Whenever another creature remove a 1/1 counter. Whenever another creature you control enters, remove a 1/1. Okay. So if I just go Brigand's Command to make a copy of Thoughtweft Lieutenant, target creature, I can give this trample, and make a 1/1. I can't do the fight because this has got ward. Is it better to? Probably better to just make a 1/1, I would think, or is it better to give +3/+3? I guess we can sort of quickly think about that. Do we get to stack? I guess it all comes in together. So we get 2 triggers. It's the same, I think. I would like to make a copy and a 1/1. Target a Kithkin you control. Target a player to make the token. I think it should be the same. That's a lot of triggers. Target creature. I'm going to target this one. I'm going to target this one. I guess I'll just spread the love out here. They all have trample, doesn't matter. Anyway, somebody in the comments can tell me about the math on that one. Pretty sure this token gives 1, 2, 3 power and toughness. So it was worthwhile. Now, we're going to play Wary Farmer, and that's probably going to be the game unless they can do something crazy here. So that's a 2/2 now. Eclipsed Kithkin or Wary Farmer. Well, I guess is this... Okay, hold on. Okay, this is a Kithkin, so it doesn't matter. Target creature gets +1/+1. This is triggers on Kithkin, right? Or another creature. That's a confusing part of this format is all that stuff. Okay. I want to make my 2/2 able to attack. So I'm going to target that. Or my 1/1 token, I should say. I will give this one trample. Since it's going to have the most power. Shove with everything. I think that's got to be lethal, right? because they can't put they block these two, they're dead. Yeah, I think that's lethal because this has trample. So no matter what they do, I think they're gone here. Okay, what a what a showing from this deck that's done absolutely nothing. There you go. That's a turn 4 win there. So getting back into it here. We go first again. Got another decent hand, not quite as good as before, but I think this Brigade's Command is going to be pretty powerful. Springleaf Drum. Okay. Wonder how that's performing. Doesn't seem like it should be very good in this format. So we make a copy of this, and then we could fight there too if we wanted. No. Do we save it? Probably not, because we got Champion coming next. So we'll make a copy, and I believe we will make the token because we got the Champion coming. There's a lot of triggers. All stacking it up on this guy. Let's hope they don't have a instant speed way to deal with this. 6. Okay. Champ, and then we can behold this 2/1. And they're going to get to trade off with something, right? So probably just want to flash this in. It does have flash, of course. So I'm assuming they block that 2/2, yep. I will behold my Spikeling. Behold it. Trample. The removal. Ah, yes. Very good. So what, gets lifelink and that's it? Okay. They get a 2/2. They're 5. Well, I mean, with the 2 openings we've now seen, it's almost like, do we need the grindier approach? 8. They're still doing pretty well. They gained some life. So thinking about exiling their token. I think that's not correct to do. Hold on. Spiral. Or, sorry, not exiling. Pacifying. No, it's not correct to do that. We'll put this into play. Make this a 3/3 trample. Attack for 3. Put Tam into play. They have a 5/4. We can get rid of that. Wary Pummeler. Okay, so do we have lethal? That can't block. Yes, we do. Unless they've got an instant speed Springleaf Drum thing. Yeah, they do not. All right. Yeah, I mean, based on the draw, it doesn't feel like we've lost much by the cards we cut, but we definitely have made the deck a little less focused. But I think that might be okay in this format. I think it might be okay to just have your good cards be really good, but you don't need to, like, dial in super hard on them if they're on the aggressive side. I still, I don't know, feel like you want to have that longevity. Okay, well, this will be a draw that will show us if that's a good strategy or not. We're on the draw also. Nice little rip for us. Getting lucky in these past few games compared to our first 2, that's for sure. Go ahead and gain some life. So I have to tap this. Each other target creature you control becomes all colors, and then I'll be able to cast this for 3, right? Cost 5 right now. -3. I'll be able to cast it for 2? That's pretty cool. I'll lose out on a life if they want to make the trade here. Now that is what you call ramping. So they picked up a Curse Crafter off of this, so their deck is pretty juiced. Let's see what this Goblin deck can do. This has Death Touch, so we got to watch out for that. We don't have removal. Do I want to make this trade? Not really. What else we got going on? Not much. TAM is going to be useful for Prisma Basher, but that's a ways away. So do we just go Lieutenant Spikeling, give Virulent Emissary Trample, we can give TAM Trample. I kind of like that. Let's push some damage, and then next turn, Graspling does it again. We're still going to have a ton of colors for this anyways. I think I'm fine with that. Our 1 trades for their 3. Of course, they got a card out of it, but pushing some damage here, keeping the pressure going. Another one. Man, premium uncommons across the board here for our opponent. Into Chaos Spewer. Spewing. Well, I guess if we were going to give them the Pummeler, now would be the time, eh? I will put Trample on the first striker. Go like this. Still going to take an extra 3. So they're going to 8 this way. And if we draw land, we get some big hits. Plus, that only cost me 2 mana, right? So, 2 drop for a 2 drop. That's okay. That doesn't work. Sorry. I have Mother of Runes in play. Okay, land. No good. Okay, so they have a 2/2. Whenever another creature dies, surveil, and it gets bigger. So again, we will just buff the Spikeling and push. Do we push with everything? Not yet. Not quite yet. Double block. Whenever another creature you control dies. I guess I'll take the Auntie down. Don't want them to get a surveil. So we'll lose our Spikeling. They go to 5. And we're pretty good shape here. They could play a 5-4 for 5 mana. It's pretty big. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Blight onto the Boggart, I guess. Just going to throw it at something. That didn't make any sense. I think that was a misclick. Or they just want... Yeah, I don't know. I think that was a misclick. Okay, land. Land. That's pretty good. Is that going to do it? This is not a changeling. This is... has additional cost. So weirdly, we won't get the Thought Weft trigger off of this. But when they block the Thought Weft, we can pull it out from under. So my assumption is we're supposed to attack with everything here. They block, they put Tam here. What's the worst thing they can do for us is put Boggart on Tam. Try to eat the Lieutenant, chump the Graspling. So we lose Tam. Lieutenant survives. This gets chumped. This gets through for 5 damage and they're dead. So I think this is... sorry. I think we do want to attack with everything. Booyah! Look at us. Just cruising now. I shouldn't get too confident. Nice to see 3 wins, though. Yeah, I do think the texture of the deck is showing in that game that it's a bit more resilient now. And obviously we're drawing our better cards and getting a lot luckier, but like if some of those cards were the 2/2 green guy that pumps things, we would be dead. So I like it. Tam, very powerful. Straight up countered a removal spell there. So that was nice. That is the power of Tam. You go first. I believe I will. It's a decent draw. This looks like the same person. Are they supposed to all look the same? I guess so. Find a... I don't know, that sorcery would be pretty good. Champion or another Eclipsed? Probably Champion. As cute as it is to keep that card advantage train running, we're going to have a curve here. I feel like they might have considered the trade there, given they know that we have a Lord coming down. But I'm also happy to take down a 2/1 flyer, so tough. Hallowed Fountain. Oh, that's a cool artwork. Full art, too. All right. So there's counter spells in this format. There's a lot of things that could happen here. And I guess we lose our farmer forever if this gets countered. I'm assuming that's how that works. Of course, I'm not going to play around it. Why would I do that? Noggle. He's noggled. It's permanently just a 1/1, eh? And then we don't get the thing back. It's pretty cool. Unless we can get rid of this aura, which we can potentially do with our... what happened to our changeling? I think I left that in the sideboard, but we do have the 4-mana exile and gain 2 life, I'm pretty sure. They're also at 12. We've got a couple of big boys coming down in a second here. Ooh. Is there anything here? Create a token that's a copy of Eclipsed Kithkin. I wish this were an instant. And we could give +3/+3 to this. I think we just play a 6/5. Attack first, of course. Trades. Okay. What does that mean? Does that mean they have a Wrath? Or they're just worried? I mean, they're at 12, but... Oh, don't do that to me. Are they dead here? You can make a copy of target Kithkin you control. +3. Yeah, I think they are dead. We got there. Interesting. Opponent goes first. Ah, finally a bad draw. Would have been a great draw, man, if one of these was the Plains. The old hand smoother got us again. Triple forest. Yeah, I got to put this one back. Fortunately, our opponent's in the same position. This is a great hand. Can't believe I wasn't starting this before. This is so sick. This rip making this cost 2. And then like is a Mother of Runes for it later. That's really good. That's really exciting. Okay. Like I could almost put back. How risky is this? Put the Kithkin back. Whew. Kithkin back. Go Emissary into Tam into Pummeler. It's a little bit risky. If Tam dies, we just kind of lose the game, but kind of feels like that's the case either way. He's blue-red. I don't love that. Use your removal on my 1/1. How about that? Just get it all out of the way. No, Yeah, I get Graspling. We'll be okay. Let's see if we can bait it. Come on. Okay, they don't have an instant, but there's a few... there's that 1-mana deal, too, in red. I don't really want them to have that. Too bad this isn't naturally a black or red creature. That'd be too good. Instantly, I just have protection from the removal that hits it. All right, we're going to get there. We're going to get to cast a 2-mana 6/5. I don't think there's any universe where they're blocking either way, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Get my life. Oh, so glad I brought you guys back in. This deck makes me smile now. Okay, so next turn if we draw land, we've got removal plus. Otherwise, we'll just do the same thing again, I would think. It's gonna do it again. Oh, no, I meant to click attack. My mouse did not move the way I wanted it to there when I clicked the button. Woof. So they should be at 17. A couple of these things, so they're going to have a big turn eventually. Just play Wary Farmer, I guess. So we'll attack for 7. Want to keep the protection of this up now. Obviously, we don't have attacks anyway, but... So without knowing like the full scope of the rats and stuff in the format, but in blue-red, I would not expect them to be able to wipe this board without something crazy going on that you would not be playing around anyways, like some kind of mythic blue spell that wipes up everything or bounces a bunch of things. 11. There seem to be a lot of power and toughnesses that just absolutely invalidate 2/2s and 2/1s and stuff like that. So, again, I'm pretty happy that we brought in these beaters. Opponent plays land, pass. Maybe. What do they got going on? 6 mana. They got to be able to do something gross. Tam certainly is helping us here, I think. All right. We drew our land. Same attack again, I think. Nothing. Okay, play a Graspling and get a Surveil. Gain a life too, how about that? I will put a land away. Man, if their hand is just like Temporal Fissure or whatever that card is, like that's... I could see how that would be. That would be rough. Tam, baby. Let's go. Is this like a Strixhaven crossover or something? This has a feeling of being that. So I guess this turn, do we try the removal? It puts us in, because I don't think we have lethal if we don't do that. Or it might be close. Oh, okay. Ink coming in. So they're going to try to kill Tam, I guess. So we have to use it, and then they can like temporal whatever our big guy. Oh, that didn't work, eh? Why not? Each creature you control, target creature you control becomes all colors. I don't get it. Why didn't that work? Each other. Oh, each other. That's why. Reading the card explains the card. Okay. Okay, they're packing it in. Very nice. And we are back. Opponent goes first. Love this hand. Look at all these beautiful 2-drops. We'll keep. So it'll depend on... Pretty sure we're going to play Eclipsed Kithkin on 2 here. We're looking for a land, most likely. What does this do? Oh, this is this card. Exile target card from a graveyard. You may cast from among cards you own by removing 3. This just gets out of control fairly quickly. See if we can beat it. We don't really have much removal in the deck. Certainly not cheap stuff. Blue, black. Okay. All right. Come on in. Swing. No. Surveil 1. Okay, so yeah, we will go and try to grab a land here. And chip in for 1, though. Boop. Gotta put that champion on the bottom, sadly. Get ourselves a land. Opponent on Sultai. All right. Probably elves splashing blue. Would make the most sense. Fortune of the Grave. Okay, another Eclipsed. Would have been nice to have this lieutenant down. So, I mean, if we spike a land, then we can double spell this. If we don't hit a land, I don't know. I mean, we got another Wary Farm. It'd just be nice to like start pushing damage with this thing. Maybe we just put it into play and like we can always double spell next turn. If we, and then the Kithkin will actually help us. I think we are supposed to get this down, even though it's mana inefficient, because we do have the double 2-drop next turn, and the Kithkin's likely to get us a land if we need it. Target creature gets trample +1/+1. Interesting they didn't blight. Make that an 0/1. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Okay. Take 2. Bop, bop. Get the Surveil again. Maybe they knew what was on top and they wanted it? I don't think so, though. Okay, they're going to keep that one on top. Forest. Mill. A lot of lands there. Okay, put a land in hand. Pass the turn. All right, well, we're certainly getting our chances here in terms of having some time to, pressure them so they don't have too much time to get their dissonant going. All right, let's see what's on top. Give my Death Touch creature trample here. Land is all we're going to get. I'll play this Changeling because this trigger is only on Kithkin, so we want to make sure we're getting our triggers rather than playing Tam. Put that here. Swing for 5. And then next turn we can double spell. So we're not like going to get burned too badly by our off curve playing there. Oof. Okay, well, we could put both triggers onto the first strike creature, then they don't have blocks. Guess that's what we'll do. Oh, no, but we're not going to get... this isn't going to trigger it. That was a mistake. Should have put it on the Death Touch creature. Because this is not a Kithkin. Okay. Well, my bad. Wonder if we bluff the attack anyways? I don't think that's smart. We could just shove with everything, actually. Probably losing our lieutenant, and they take 6. Down to 6. And we still have 5 creatures in play. I actually don't hate that. And they have to think about a combat trick here. I wonder if that was too aggressive or not. I think that's... Oh, yeah. Love to see that guy. Double spell again next turn. What do they got going on here? They got one creature in the yard. I don't know, this card, I heard this card was really good, but kind of tough to get things going here. So they're gonna blight onto their thing. Oh, I guess that's not too hard actually. So they got three counters now, so they can easily, and then they just do it again. Yeah. Okay, I see it. That's a good card. Okay. So how does this go? We jam with everything. They're at 6. They have 3 blocks. Block here, block here, block here. They take 3. We lose 2 creatures. That's not good for us. I'm interested in hitting for 1 with the Death Toucher. Guess they lose their Dawnlight Archer, but they can like kind of just get that right back. Almost. Okay, I think we're just getting in for 1. Get 2 Surveils here. Put some lands away, hopefully. Yep. Bye-bye. And another. See you later. Okay. I don't know. Is this going to be good enough? It feels like it's not. No. Not quite. Okay, so another land's no good for us. If we attack with the 6/5, they have 5 blockers. They have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures for us. Where are they blocking? 1, 2. I mean, if they don't block the 6/5, they die. If they block, only 1 timeout. 1, 2, 3, 4. So none of these are dealing damage. Let's say that. They're taking 3. Plus they have to put... we're 1 short then, right? Because then they could put a Stoic Grove Guide in front. They'd go to 1. They'd go to 1. Unless they make a mistake. I don't want to lose my timeout. I'll just get in with just the Emissary here. I think it's just an easy trade for them, though. We're just going to come up short here. Because they... Unless we, like, draw... I mean, we have stuff we could draw, but, like, on this board state, assuming we don't draw another creature. Because they do that, and then they surveil, and they... blight 2 more and get another thing back. So I think we're cooked here. Pretty good run though we've been on. Can't remember if we have Everstrike's Gift in this deck or not. I don't think we do. Just trying to think of what we can draw. I mean, there's that Kithkin rare, the spell, the command. Maybe that does something. The Lord we put on the bottom. That would be helpful, but obviously we need the land. Nothing you can do. Removal spell could be interesting, but really what we just need is some air support here. We need a flyer. And that's not a flyer. Hope I didn't do the math wrong that last turn, but I'm pretty sure I was right. Oh, okay, they got this thing to get back again, yeah. So they can do that. Next turn. We have a... Do we have Flock Imposter in this deck? I can't remember at this point. Anything with flying. Anything with flying. Heck, anything with text. And this thing has reach, right? So that's going to turn off our ability there. Comes an attack for 5. We're going to try and start to turn the corner on us. We'll take it. 3, 7, 7 on 6. Yeah. Probably look at one more card here and then call it a good draft, you know? 5 wins. It's a really good amount of wins to get, especially if you're going 0-2. Learned some things about the format. Had some fun. Have a fondness for TAM now. Here comes a Dawn's Light Archer. And here comes a Plains for us. Good game. I mean, we're not for the Dissonant. We definitely had a chance. It was really close. Like I said, that math, I had them at 1. So also if I missed a damage at some point, that might have mattered. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Looking forward to delivering lots more limited content for you in the Lorwyn Eclipsed world, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.